Okay, welcome to Guitar Synth video number 7, and in this video we are going to make a guitar synth pedal board. Okay, the idea here is to take all of these guitar synths and get them up off the ground and mount them on a pedal board. For a couple of reasons really. First of all, to hide all the cabling and so that we don't have to set this up every time we play out somewhere. We just take the pedal board and plug it in and we're ready to go. But we're going to need a pretty big pedal board, a really good size one. And so we're not really making a pedal board in the traditional way. So this is going to be like a Frankenstein pedal board. Okay, so the pedal board we're going to use is by Tempo Audio. Pretty big thing. It goes way past my waist. And this is the Trio 43. If we get the box open. And we got our black sides here. I think they call this gunmetal or something of that nature. So this is going to be our pedal board for our guitar synths, and we'll get our table in here and we'll get to work on it right now. Big old bag, isn't it? That's a big pedal board, I'll tell you what. Okay, so the next step is to place the pedals on the board, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to loosely place them. I'm not going to attach them. I'm just going to kind of figure out where they go. I'm going to start with the GM800, and I'm going to put a control switch for the GM800 on the board first. Then I'll put the GM800 on the board next. And then let's see, I'll put the expression pedal for the GM800 on. And then I'll put a control function pedal for the SY1000. We'll try that. And I'll put the SY1000 on. Looks like we're running out of room, doesn't it? Well, I think we'll be able to get everything on here. Okay, good. And next, I'm going to put the expression pedal on for the SY1000. Then I'm going to put the gkc-ad adapter because I'm going to be using the GK pickups, the GK3 pickups. And I need the gkc-da so I can link both the GM800 and the SY1000 together. I've decided not to use the GR55 because I'm going to take the amp modeling from the SY1000. It has great amp models in there, better than the GR55, and I'm just going to use the GM800 guitar synth. It's a better synth than the GR55, so both of these models serve as a great replacement for the GR55, and they're meant to go together. You have two kinds of synths. You have the PCM synth, which is the sample synth, and you have the analog synth, and then you have all the amp models and guitar amps you need in here. So this is a great little setup, and I might want to plug into the GR55 on occasion, so I'll take the US-20, mount it right here, and if I ever want to use the GR55, I'll just put it to the left of the pedal board. Now, I'm going to use the GR55 for other things, and you'll see in the next video what I'm going to use the GR55 for. But for now, this is probably going to be our pedal board layout, and the next step is going to be to attach the pedals to the board. So Tempo Audio will use these mounting plates. You can see them right here. This is kind of a big one. I think that's a little bit overkill, but you got smaller ones and there's a medium-sized one. And basically the way these work is pretty simple. You just take the plate, there's adhesive on here, and you stick it to the back of the pedal, like so. And then this screws in from underneath. Comes up from underneath like that, and that's how you would attach the pedal. So we're going to go ahead and attach a few of these pedals and see what happens. So as you can see, we got our first pedal attached. Just pick it up. It does a pretty good job of holding the pedal in place. We have a screw that's underneath here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. Just right there. Attaches right there. And it does a pretty good job of holding the pedal on. Now I had to remove the feet from the pedal. That's these little rubber things. I had to kind of get them off with a little flat-edged screwdriver. Just popped them off so that this sits flush. And the way this works is, let me see, I'll open up one of these things so I can show you. you have on the mounting plate, you have 4 little indentations here, and it kind of fits like a Lego. If you take this off, you can see it'll fit over the hole and it'll fit inside the hole like a Lego, and then you screw it in from the other side. That's a pretty interesting system. Better than Velcro, I think. Well, we'll see. And so let's go ahead and mount a few more pedals and see what the outcome is going to be. Okay, now I'm going to mount the GM800. I've cleaned the bottom of the GM800, and it's just a matter of attaching the plate here. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off and place it on. I don't think there's a certain way it needs to be. Let's see. And we're going to go ahead and try to keep it as even as possible. Just put it towards the center. Just right about there. Try to keep it even. Just kind of press it in. Take this off. Okay. I've already removed the feet too, so I have the feet down here I've taken off. So we're going to flip this over and put it on the board. We want it to be right about in here somewhere. Let's remove the part where it sits in. We'll figure out a place as soon as we tip it up. Let's go ahead and tip this up. It's going to work out fine, I think. Go ahead and put a screw underneath. Yeah, that's about right. You can always readjust this too. If I wanted to move this up, I could unscrew it and move it up a little bit, but I want it just slightly below this anyway. So this is about where I want the pedal. There we go. Let's go ahead and attach the rest of our pedals. Clean the bottom of this. You can use like alcohol, I would imagine. I'm just using water, but you just make sure that the bottom is clean and there's no dirt on the bottom, because you don't want the adhesive to attach to the dirt and then come flying off. You can clean it with alcohol, you can clean it with water. I'm just using a water and a rag here. Go ahead and remove this. There you go. Line it up as best as I can. Okay. It's really not that hard to do. It's on there pretty good. Put this right about there, right in there somewhere. So I'm going to tip this up. A little bit of room. I'll move it over because I want a little bit of room for the USB cable. Right around in here somewhere. Let's see. Line this thing up. There it is. Alright. When you mount a pedal like this, these feet are going to be in the way. You just can't put it on here and put one of these deals on, because what's going to happen is the pressure of these feet is going to cause the plate to separate from the pedal. So you need to remove these, and I've just been taking a screwdriver and kind of prying underneath, kind of doing it that way, and just getting rid of them. And this will allow me to mount it on the pedal board. And now it's just a matter, once I get these out, is to basically clean the bottom of the pedal, and then I can mount it on the board. Okay. Okay, so because this is it's an expression pedal, so you're going to be using your foot on it. I would like to use a bigger, maybe I can use 2 of these, but you can get different size plates, and I got the big plates and I got the small plates, but I got no medium plates. So I'm kind of stuck here. What do I do? This is a little bit overgrown, and it's only going to stick to the sides here. It's not going to really latch on to the middle of the pedal, which is what you want. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to order some medium plates, but for now I'll use a small plate and we'll see how that holds. And probably if it doesn't hold, it's not going to surprise me. I'm not going to get upset about it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to order some medium plates, which I should have done anyway. And then I'm going to get, just use a small plate for now to see if that'll hold it in place temporarily until the medium plates come in. So I've already cleaned the bottom of the pedal, so let's go ahead and first let's remove the screw. That'd be the thing to do. Oh, perfect. Look at that. That works well. Okay. Just a matter of, well, this board's getting heavier. I can tell as I put pedals on it, it gets a little bit heavier. The board itself is light. It doesn't weigh a whole lot, but it's strong. It's sturdy. I'm amazed at how sturdy this board is. This is a really nice board. And if you don't want to use a Velcro option, this is a good way to go. That holds it on pretty good, actually. Look at that. So we're getting there. Okay, this is always a fun part. Don't do it towards you. When you make sure you're away. Just kind of twist it and pry it at the same time. There we go, there's one. There's 2. All right. Clean the surface real good. All right. It's gonna be really fun to put on. There we go. Alright, good deal. Let's flip it around and attach. Find a place to attach it. Somewhere down here, maybe. Lift it up. Finger back. Okay. All right, now for the fun part. It's time to mount the SY1000. This is going to be fun. First, got to remove the feet like we did on all the other ones. Here's one. Gotta get a good grip on this. It's really on there real good. Kind of pry it and twist. It doesn't have to be all the way off. It's got a little bit here, but you can get. There we go. I'm gonna wash some of that off. spin it around. If I don't remove these feet and I mount it to here, what's going to happen is the plate's going to separate from the pedal because of the tension that's between the feet. The feet is going to provide a gap and it's not going to work the right way, so you have to remove the feet. You really don't have a choice, but that's okay. If you're not going to put them on the floor, you don't really need the feet anyway. All right, so there we go. It's just a matter of cleaning the pedal and mounting it. We'll do that next. Okay, we finally have all of our pedals mounted on the board. As you can see, we can lift it up, and those pedals are going to stay on pretty well. Great little pedal board, I think. Nice little guitar synth pedal board. Now the next thing to do is to think about power. And here's the problem with the power. None of the power supplies for pedal boards is going to work with this. Boss puts out a warning about using anything else than the power supply supplied with the stuff that they sell. So if I use a different power supply on these things, I'm going to void the warranty. So what do? Well, I'm going to have to use a power strip of some sort, and I think I have an idea. Furman is well known for producing guitar power supplies that are low in noise. They have a lot of filters that remove AC line hum. So we're going to try using one of these Furman power strips. Now this particular one is only $49, so they're not that expensive. And they have some that are even better than this that sell as much as $200. But I think this will do. And this will do what we need it to do. I think it'll be nice and quiet. We're going to put it in the bottom of our floor pedal. I'm going to have to flip that thing over and then run all the power underneath the pedal. And we'll use like zip ties to tie everything down and bunch everything up. And we're going to start that right now. I'm going to put maybe some bubble wrap or some blanket on the top of this and flip it over, and we're going to start working on the power supply next. Okay. Here. That's heavy duty enough. Okay. We got a long 15-foot cable too. That's going to help out. The question is, can I put it like this? Well, no, it will not fit. It'll go like that. What's on the back? Is there anything I can? No. So attaching that is going to be one thing. I see that there's a plate right here that can run this cable out. And so let's see what I can do about attaching this. What can I do? Maybe I can use a zip tie, come through this way and around and come up. That'd be the best way to do it, I think. So we're going to go ahead and get this cable undone. Okay, so the problem seems to be that I can't really mount this underneath this pedal board, because if I come this way, I have overlaps here. If I go in here and I plug something in, it's going to be sitting, the plug itself is going to be sitting on top of the board, causing stress. So this has to be outside of the pedal board. I can run the power supplies underneath, and so we're going to try and do that. But I'm thinking the best way to plug this in would be through one of these plates on the side. We have plates here that come off, so I can run like the cables out the plate and into the power supply. And the power supply is just going to have to be sitting outside of the pedal board. It's just the only thing you can do, because you can't use a power supply that is designed for pedal boards, because in reality it won't power the units that you need to power. So we're going to remove this plate, and then we're just going to run all the cabling underneath, and then that's going to be our next bet. And what we'll do is we'll just take this and put it right beside the pedal board like so. So I got zip ties and Velcro. We'll see if we can't, little twisty deals. We'll see if we can't figure out power supply and cabling. Just kind of pin it in underneath here. Okay, so now we have all of our power cords connected. We have our TRS cables connected, and we also have a signal from the guitar output here into the guitar output here. So our guitar output is going to wind up going into our SY1000. So everything is run. Doesn't look pretty, but it's our Frankenstein pedal board. So let's go ahead and turn it on. We're going to turn it on by hitting our Furman power strip, which stays on the side. You can see that our GM800 is booting up. And we're going to go over here and turn on the SY1000. So the only thing that's really missing is there's a stereo output here that needs to go into the mixer and a stereo output over here that needs to go over to the mixer. So we'll connect that and we'll go ahead and run a test on it, see how well it works. Okay, so I have the pedal board on the ground. I've hidden more of the cabling underneath the pedal board. I got more of the power supply stuff hidden underneath the pedal board, and it all goes out into the Furman power strip over there on the end. It's really quiet. There's no hum, and it's my Frankenstein pedal board. Don't look pretty, but it gets the job done. Now the GR55 I probably wouldn't bring with me if I were to play out somewhere, but I have it hooked up into the signal path, and you can hear it if I play a chord here. You'll hear the strings. You can hear that, right? Now if I want to change over to the SY1000, it's just a matter of hitting this switch right here, and I'm at the SY1000. And I just can bring the pedal up right here, and now I have a guitar tone. I can get lots of different types of guitar tones through here, some really good ones too. So just bring that down, bring up the volume on the GM800, which is right over here, and now you can hear a saxophone patch that's put in there. Okay, so that's basically it. That's the pedal board. This is my pedal board synth. Okay, and I want to thank you for liking and subscribing, and thank you for watching to this point. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment area, and I'll try my best to answer your questions. That's going to be it for now. My name is Marcus Curtis. This is Marcus Curtis Music. Thank you.